What the? Ah. You unplugged the camera and now there's no camera. You're good. There we are. All right. Let everybody know that we're starting a few minutes early. Hey, Riley Sykes, how you doing, man? At least I assume, man. I said, I'm gonna get canceled. There, much better. Okay. Doot doot. Let everybody know we are live. On the barrow? You'll probably get killed. All right. How you doing? How you doing? Glad to see ya. All right, can throw in a clan boss key. Hot gaming. Hey. Just going through the motions. Get that daily grind. Any tips? Beating hard Doom Tower floor 20. I'll have to look and see what that is. Today's the last day for the rotation, so it's not gonna really matter, but I will look for you here. Hard 120. Oh, it's the final boss. Um my tips would be lockout and uh lockout and strong A1s. That bring one or two supports to keep everybody alive, but you're primarily focused on dealing damage for this boss. Because outside of the fact that he locks you out and block active skills, uh, closest you got was 60% HP. Are you in the Discord? Because if you are, you can send a picture of your roster and the team you tried to use, and I can see if I can, and if I can't, somebody else can help you try to put together a better team. Okay. Then you can just throw something in there, and we can absolutely work on that. It's also worth mentioning that Doom Tower Hard, when you get like over halfway through, you're probably gonna have to manual. At least I still have to, um, especially the bosses. I am really looking forward to reset because there are so many rewards that you get from Doom Tower. It's not even funny. Not even funny. All right. Hopefully everyone has attacked for Siege because it would be really, really, really good for us to win this one. Um, Lamasu fragments, accessories, the primal quartz. Dude, primal quartz is so hard to get if you're not like really good end game content. Primal Quartz is so rare. Can I check my using fragments yet? Yes, I can. Unlock that. Exchange. Then we get 3 chests. Come on, fragments. Hey, we got 6 mod fragments. Sweet. Up to 37 fragments now. We're almost halfway. Not that that's a good thing, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. But how are you doing, Hawk? Haven't seen you in a bit. Hopefully you're doing well. Excuse me. Clear Orc Crypt 3 times. Stage 20 or above. When is Orcs gonna come up? Is it gonna come up in time for that? Was in a car accident. Hawk Gaming. Pulled neck muscles. And both legs are hurt. Holy cow, dude. That's no joke. Well, hey, I'm praying for you. Hoping you get healed up. Lickety split. I know that's not going to be a quick process, but I'm hoping it's as quick as possible. Holy cow. And a hit and run, too. Gee whiz. That's just sad. That buggered me up so bad I forgot what I was doing. Faction Wars. That's what I was going to look at. Orcs in 2 days. Okay, I can take that one. Oh, was an 82-year-old with no insurance and she ran? I mean, that don't make it right. Man, I hate that for you, dude. Hey, Armenian. Thanks for catching the stream, my guy. Dude, that was a hoot watching you play Elden Ring. Had to have something to do since nobody was showing up for the WoW stream. Hey, Hamilton. Man. All right. Let's see. What else am I picking up here? Just posted it on Discord. Doom Tower. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Holy moly. Well, you've got good champions. Uh, hmm. Interesting. Interesting. I think you'll do another Elden Ring stream, but do a challenge where you beeline the story. Ooh. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yep. I think that would be super cool. I'd watch that for sure. All right, huh? He's gonna go straight through the main story. So Margit, Godric, Ronnie, or not Ronnie, Renala, right on down the line, like straight through the Elden Lord, room bearers. You got Lamasu. Lamasu should be good. Armenian, uh if you're cool with it, I'm trying to help Hawk here put together a um a team for the top level of um Eternal Dragon. He's trying to get it cleared before reset. He put his roster and the team that he put together in the Doom Tower channel on the Discord. I think we could help him out because he's got a really strong roster. I mean, he's got three mythicals. He's got Taurus. He's got Lamasu. I mean, I'm seeing an incredibly strong account here. You got Tetsuya, dude. You're cracked. Don't care that you're hurt, but you're sad that you're for your kids can't play with them much. Oh man, yeah, that sucks. If I want to log on to the account and see more of it, yeah, yep. Newt pulled a day or two ago. Dang. Yep, I am absolutely agreeing with what is being said in the Discord. You definitely have the account um to take on that stage. Again, you might have to manual it, but it you can definitely do it no problem. Okay. Now, Live Arena is currently active, so I am going to hit that up before reset. So let's go ahead and get that started. I'm going to have to record a video at some point. I think after I'm done with Chimera, I will um I will switch over to my new free to play account that I used my link on, and I will do something over there. All right. Get Arbiter and Mikage. I think by the time I get all that done, I'll be good to go. Hold. All right, what we got here? Pulled a Thel a day ago. Started with the Orc guy. I thought every starter champion was horrible. Learned they aren't after fighting the other starter champs. Yeah, no. The starter champs aren't bad. Oh my gosh, Hamilton. We will look at that here in a minute. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Besides, they took him this time, so I couldn't even if I had him built. He's gonna ask me about building Staltus Dragonbane as a nuker. He said he's not gonna shut up about it until I do it. I just don't know that I have the gear to do it. Nice. All right, let's pop on over. Let's try to strip. Okay, we got it off everybody but the UDK. I can work with that. We'll boost and increase speed. Well, that sucks. He's built in supersonic. Well, that was gonna work till it didn't. Well, I think this is a loss now. Good gracious. All right. Well, this sucks. What level does Live Arena open? Level what is it that Live Arena opens up? 50? 50. Taking the damage. I don't need to take in the damage. I know how much damage he can do. Okay. Stultus. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. There it is. Okay. So we can go grab the merciless build and then uh swap out the chest, try to find a um try to find a defense percentage one. And I don't have one. Well, that's great. Well, okay, that was a bust. Um we might be able to build him a different without the merciless though. Speed, crit rate, crit damage. Could try building him an instinct. That could be good. So we'll try that on. Try that on. Still needs a shield. Do I have a good shield in a nuker set? Nope. In which case, I'll go with this one. All right. So then I can go speed boots with crit rate and crit damage. I got these stone cleaver boots. I'll go ahead and roll those up. There we go. There we go. All right. So then we got that. She had that kind of gear. It takes luck and time. Yeah, the teams did not work? Really? Then it might just be a gear problem. It might be a gear problem. All right, come on. Speed or crit rate, one or the other. Well, got speed. Oh gosh. Okay. If it gets a good ascension stat, I'll roll it on up. Accuracy. Okay, I'll take accuracy. Need the crit rate to go up and ditch the accuracy for defense. Right, that'll come in on the accessories. Oh, come on. Well, that was stupid. Okay. Crit rate goes up. All right, then we'll get crit damage gauntlets with crit rate speed. Okay. Yep. Those are going all the way up. Not great rolls, but we can work with them. HP isn't great, but definitely usable. Okay, so got him to 85% crit rate. And I can still roll these pieces up. So I can still get more. Come on, crit rate. Ooh, quad speed roll. It's on a nuker piece, but still. I will take that. Just as long as it's not the resistance. Don't go into resistance. Okay, crit rate. Sweet. All right, that works. That works. All right. We got 91% crit rate. Do we have any Slayer accessories? We do. Oh, and crit damage. Roll that on up. Nice, nice, nice. Send that. Yep, 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 yep. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, now I just need to get his speed up, which means I can come to these. Look for a defense ring. Yep, I can put that on. And then I can look for a defense banner. Now, I'm probably not going to have a good. Oh, never mind. I lied. There we go. So he's got 96% crit rate, 234 speed. I can be happy about that. He's wearing ignore defense gear. Um, all right. Yep. He has some of his masteries, not all of them, but he does have the crit rate, so I can't do that. Okay. Um. All right. Well, let's see what it does. If it does something good, I'll actually make a video on it. I'll finish up his masteries and I'll actually do a video on it. Cause that would be kind of huge. Cause I could still get Helm Smasher on him. Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. All right. All right. I'm hoping this works because I want Stultus to be um to have that kind of impact for me. That would be really nice. Okay. Okay. So we'll take Stultus and Shazar. I think I'm banning the Wukong. Yep. They ban Shazar. Okay. Okay. I do not have Ronda, Demi, unfortunately. I wish I did very badly, but I do not. Okay. Now I that's Jingwan or whatever, so I can't crowd control these guys, right? but I think I can turn meter reduction. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. A3. That hit like a wet noodle. That hit like a wet noodle. Am I missing something? Or was it actually that bad? Without Helm Smasher, it's not going to be amazing. Still, I figured having him in Instinct gear. I mean, Instinct gives ignore defense. Good grief. Yeah, we're screwed. We're not winning that. And I don't have enough gems to get his masteries. Hmm. Yeah, I'm wearing the 4 piece, right? I'm not stupid. Yeah. No, I'm not. What? Oh, it's because of the shield. I thought I was wearing the. I thought I was wearing an instinct shield. Do I have an instinct shield? Because that would help a lot. Uh, I do, but it doesn't have any. Oh, if that rolls well. Oh, did you get Lady Annabelle's? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try rolling this one up and see where it goes. As long as it doesn't go into resistance, as it goes into resistance, just okay. There's crit damage. You know what? It's a mythical piece. I'll take it. I'll take it. Goes into crit damage again. I will take that. Now, I don't like the fact that I am losing 12% crit rate. The one with the crit rate, crit damage. Okay. I can try rolling that one too. I'm almost out of silver though. All right, crit rate and accuracy. Come on, give me some crit damage. Double accuracy. Give me some crit damage. Resistance. Oh, you suck. Okay. Well, 1 on 12. Oh, you're talking about this one? Yeah, I guess I can throw that one on there. Is it going to benefit me more to put on one of these other ones, though? No, it's not. Okay. All right. I'll roll that one up later, and we'll try it again now that we've got the ignore defense. Okay. Now, I think it's just like 12% ignore defense, but still, it should be good. I'm hoping it works out because I know he's got really good multipliers. Oh, nope, wrong one. Oh, great. Now I got to deal with a horse. Don't play him into green champs. Yeah. Okay. Gonna ban Marius. Gonna take a risk here with the Cardinal. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Ah, of course they went with the resistance aura. All right, well, I think we're screwed. I think we're screwed. I'm sorry, man. I really thought that you'd be able to take it. Well, that's a lot better. Still didn't kill the Thor, but I don't have Helm Smasher. Crap. Fabian got a turn. I didn't want to deal with the horse. Wand of Submission coming in clutch. Yep. And now I gotta hope I can survive Thor. Nope. Good grief. Well, that went better. That went better. Try it one more time. I might get Helm Smasher on him and then try it again. All right. Yeah. No, they stole my Makage. You suck. Hey, Dargo, how's it going? Good to see you, dude. Say Fabian is more annoying than Armand's. Fabian is more annoying, but I think that Armand's is still more powerful. I don't know. I don't know who to pick here. I guess Podrick. Another day, another dollar? Nice. Tell you what, I'd like to make $1 a day. Exactly. That better aura really shoots Fabian in the foot. Um, if Fabian had had Fushan's aura, I think he would be a much bigger threat. I think they need to make more champions with Fushan level aura. Legendary champions, non voids with all battle speed auras than uh, greater than 20%. I want to start that campaign. All right, here we go. Let's ally attack Mikage. Well, that didn't go as well as I had hoped. Yep. Okay. Okay. I can work with this. Die. Yep. We win. Ninja's just better. Don't get me wrong, Fabian is a real threat, but he weak hits everything blue. Exactly. Exactly. All right, we got 5 more fights. Dude, it's hot. It's not even the heat of summer yet. I don't. This apartment's gonna be nightmarish here in like a month. Now they take my arbiter. Gonna build my R Tor at some point. But until that point, take Raka because she's really stinking fast, and she's got a speed aura. Oh, there's no good ban here. That's why you still believe Warlord is OP? Void Champ Lockout? Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Warlord is still incredibly strong. I don't know about OP, um, but he's still unbelievably strong. All right, there we go. Let's get the stone skin off. Yes. Perfecto. All right. Let's go there. Yes. Instant turn doesn't matter because of crowd control. And now we can just pick them off. Just don't want to kill Wukong. There we go. Beat Warlord with Fabian. Good for your time. What? Yeah, that really depends on the speed. And that's Fabian's edge on Warlord because Fabian's designed to be like the guy who starts it off. Warlord, you've got to run somebody fast with him to make sure he goes first. Does anybody know what? What? I have no idea what that is. You run 400 plus speed? Well, everything's great when you run that fast. 5-star intimidating presence on top of it. Good gracious. Lady Mikage and Eastrid. Sweet. Oh man, not a good ban here. What is the max amount of speed someone can have in a champ? Well, I have no idea. I have no idea. It man, it'd be something wicked speed, wicked fast. Yeah, let's go there. Decrease turn meter. What? How did? Oh, Galathier got to go first anyway. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. Kill Lazarius, please. Nope. Sure, why not? Well, I'm screwed. I can at least kill the Wukong. Or not, because Pythion exists. Sorry, Mikage, but you are not soloing this. Good grief. Live Arena, man. I don't know. Uh, let's see. You can get up to 12 speed with 6-star glyphs. So that'd be 42 speed. All right. Speed boots. Yeah. So that'd be 42 times 5. So that'd be 230 speed plus. I can't do the math while I'm trying to do Live Arena. Yeah, you're catching the tail end of it. Yeah, I'm getting wore out. I've gotten 2 wins on stream. Dang, we're up to 11 viewers. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, of course they banned Mikage too. Out of how many? Like, I think we're on fight 8 or something. Oh man, come on. And we get one shot by a Wukong, don't we? Of course we do. Well, we can look here. Yeah, we've won 3 out of 8. Uh, Somebody had me try Stultus for Live Arena, and it didn't end well. And now Hamilton's trying to um figure out what the he's trying to theory craft what the absolute maximum speed you can get on a champion is now. Right. Hey, Olympic. Life's going on. It's a struggle. How about you, man? How's life treating you? Um, gosh, ban more too. It really is. I have no idea what the best rolls are on pieces. I lack any form of knowledge on that subject. I can do the math, but that's it. Past that, I am of no use. Finding a bunch of new clients, that kind of stuff. Fair. Yeah, we're getting through it. That's the name of the game after all. Life's just about putting one foot in front of the other. I think Hamilton. I think if you go three-piece protection, you get 12. So 48 times 6 plus 57. Remember how most people thought Fabian was going to be a mythical champ? Dang. Let's say it's a Siffy, no sets included, or masteries or empowerment is 460 for gear and base stats. Okay, after we're done with Live Arena, I'm actually going to sit down and do this because I think this would be interesting. I don't think pinpoint is going to be the best bet there, though. I think protection will be, but I'll double check after I'm done here. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. It's an extra 2% speed. And we win. Yeah. All right. So we ended it with a 50% win rate. All right. So min maxing speed. Okay. So Exactly, exactly. We got to put our thinking caps on, just like with Frolny. All right. So, but now I have my notes app. Uh, right. So you would ideally be putting it on somebody like Mikage, who has a of um base speed of 115. Okay. So we got, so you said 48 speed per piece. So 48 times 6. 48 48 times 6 plus how much did we say for the boots? Can give 57 from boots. 110 in a row already? Dang. Not Mikage, Siffy? Because empowerment and faction guardians. Well then Kimmy. Cause isn't Siffy 114 now? Yeah, she's at 114 now. So not Siffy. Kimmy. Kimmy has 115. So we can use her. Okay, so we got there. The boots. She's been like that for at least the entirety of this year. She's been that way for a long time. I don't know when they did that. Mythical gear is going to get you more speed, so we're gonna use that because we're min maxing. So then speed boots, 6-star speed boots, 57. Okay, so yeah, 57 plus 115 plus you get how much? You get 10 there, and you get 15 there, so another 25 plus a 6-star soul. Six-star gets you 15 more speed. And then set bonuses. Yeah. Um so then with set bonuses, you're looking at 36, another 48% speed. 48%. plus whatever Laura Steele gives you. Oh yeah, and then the aura. So plus what's the speeds, Joseph? What's the speeds going to be on the 48% with Laura Steele? 55.2%. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is getting insane. Okay. So 563 plus the aura, which the best arena aura is Carnage, which is 33%. Now, does the aura affect the base stat or the um oh yeah. Shoot, you're right. You're right. You're right. 40%. Oh my gosh. Are there any 115 voids? Uh that's a great question. I have to look here. It's not going to be any of those. Maybe Sulfurion? No. Fighty? No. My gosh. No, none of those. Raka's close. Blind Seer is 115? Sure enough. There you go. Okay. Oh, Lamasu is too? Okay. 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 So then, man, so then we got it affects base. Okay, so 40% of 115. Okay, so we got 563 so far. 563. Save that. So then we've got 115 times 0.4. It's an extra 46. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing, Armenian. Oh my goodness. I got 609. What? Oh, yeah, intimidating presence. Which strengthens at 6 stars by 35%. But how do they calculate that? Wait, 7? How do you get 7 now? It's still smarter to run speed boots. So shouldn't it be 6 pieces at 48 plus speed boots? Oh, shoot. Technically, that's true. Oh, dang. Um, so these new stupid glyphs from hard mode faction wars just broke the game. It is now faster to not go with speed boots and have high roll boots with speed substats with the new legendary glyphs. Yep. Oh my gosh, relic. We're ha shoot. Okay, so uh my brain's gonna be broke by the end of this. Yeah, 24 speed. Peyton, why'd you leave us? Oh dear goodness. Account is being driven by friend to rack up resources. Work is busy this time of year. Okay. So your friend just didn't want to be part of our clan anymore? All we really needed the help with was the clan bosses. So surely driving would have been would require that, right? Pulled into dang. Yeah, okay. All right. Guess that makes sense. Oh, goodness. Okay. So plus 24, 633. Still got to figure out the aura. So with 6-star intimidating presence, how powerful is Odin's aura? 62.1%. Oh my gosh. So it's going to be approaching 700 speed. That's disgusting. In like a month, it'll be one of y'all. Sweet. Exactly, right? That's where the game is headed. 400 speed 400 speed is already supposed to be like the end game. And that's where everything's going. Most people still aren't achieving 400 speed. Outside of the end game, that's like obscene. And now we are looking at a way to build a champion at almost 650 speed. Now, what I'm scared to see, is there a champion that boosts team speeds? I know there are champions that will ramp their own speed. Mine isn't including. Dang. Oh gosh, yeah. Okay, so if there are, it's not her. Who's it gonna be? Thelris. Can you think of a champion that ramps team speed? Maybe. Oh my gosh, I gotta check that here in a second. Uh, does Fina? Okay, no, it's not her. Okay, good, 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 good. Like a Razzlevarg, he can reach. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wild King with 2 allies stacks up an additional 25%. Dude, we're looking at like 800 speed champions. Still, think about them apples. Is that really true about Razzlevarg's speed that he will ramp his own race speed up to 300? If that's so, then that's 110. It just says his speed. It doesn't affect his base speed, right? Still passive. Yeah, still passive 100 speed. Not to base. Okay, not to base. Well, shoot. Now we got to use Razzlevarg. So he's starting at 110. Well, yeah. No, not necessarily. Because all you need. Well, let's see. Let's see. We need. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You lose the aura at that point. Because you need. For this, you would need Wild King, two orcs, and Razzlevarg. And the orcs don't have a good aura like that. No, we can't use Carnage if we're using Wild King's speed ramping. If we're not using Wild King's ramping, then yeah, we can use Carnage. But if we're not using Wild King's ramping, then we can use um Odin still. The question is going to become, is the aura going to be stronger than 25% speed? We're losing 21%, but we're gaining 25. So I think it's actually better to take um wait, what? You pulling my chain here? But none of this is increasing his stats. It's increasing his damage and his turn meter. Oh goodness. But we're not trying to cheat the game by turn meter. We're trying to see what the highest speed is possible. Uh sure, Hawk, I can log into your account. If we're abandoning this whole speed thing, then I can yeah, do that. I tell you what, make a spreadsheet for me to calculate that stuff. Dude, that would be huge. That would be huge. Really, the only two parts that I need calculated are the benefits from set bonuses with um, Lore of Steel and calculating intimidating presence. Those are the only two things that I'm really struggling with because I don't do well with percentages. I can just calculate the rest of it, but I don't do well with the percentages. Um, but yeah, Hawk, if you want to DM me the login information for your account, I can hop on there. And then I can just post you guys a picture of the result for top base the top speed in the game um after I've done that up. I'm going to have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get lightheaded and dizzy. So, yeah. Went down a rabbit hole, but good info. Yeah. The moral of the story is the game's gotten stupid because of the glyphs. Can I can I DM you on Discord? Maybe. Should be able to do that. Hang on. There you go. 1,000. Oh, before it gets a turn? Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. That would be weird. Oh gosh, I'm not even trying to min max that. All right, I gotta go grab something to eat real quick. I will be right back. again what those rolls are sitting on top of the microwave? And I don't need like names. What are I don't know. I'll I'll try one here in a little bit. Huh? The All right, I'm back. So seems to be the fastest a void legendary with 6-star intimidating presence can go. Did you include them as +4 empowered, +4 6-star awakened, intimidating presence, void legendary with Odin's aura, maxed out relic, triple speed set, and three piece protection is faster on the accessories. Um, no, it's not. 3-piece protection is 10%. We looked at this. 3-piece protection. Yeah, 3-piece protection is 12%. Also, did you include full faction guardians? Because that's another 10 speed. Okay, yeah, okay. Yep. Yep, sorry. Okay. 652.58. My gosh. Yeah, he added glyphs. Yep. Oh my gosh. And then Razzlevarg can be even faster. Because Razzlevarg is only 5 base speed behind the fastest in the game, and yet he ramps up. And yet he ramps up 100. Oh yeah, for sure. If they ever add that, yeah, forget that. Right? Exactly. Um, so yeah, think about that. Once you're done sending me that Armenian, can you humor me and just change what you've got? Change the base speed to 110. They're trying to catch Hegemon. That's who they're trying to catch. Ooh, that looks good. That looks real good, Armenian. Okay, homemade meatball pizza. Man, I'm eating and that's making me hungry. So, thank you, by the way. Um, so Razzlevarg, as the fastest champion in the game, is capable of going 742 speed. That's without increased speed. There's the cat is not going to ramp 100 speed. I think the cat only ramps like 20, doesn't he? Let me look. He ramps it up to 10%, which is yeah, no, and his base speed is way worse. Frolny will ramp plus 100 speed plus his base is 100. Okay, well that still means that Razzlevarg is better because Razzlevarg's base is 110. But that means yeah that Frolny is also capable of 732 speed. Oh, I don't know that he keeps it though. If he keeps it, if he keeps it, that's insane. Adds to the total amount? Yeah. My gosh. So that means so oh my gosh. With increased speed, that puts him at 964. Tell me tell me that Plarium made a mistake without telling me Plarium made a mistake. 964 speed Razovarg. Wait, are there any gemstones that increase speed? Looking at the wrong thing. Oh no, technically, I want to see the word speed on one of these. There's a gemstone that increases stats. Oh, we gotta find that. We gotta find that. These are all the offense ones. That decreases speed. Oh my goodness, I got excited for a second. Turn meter increase. Well, yeah, obviously. But that's not what we're trying to do here, Bart. We are literally just theory crafting the absolute possible best speed out there. The number. Wait a minute. No, that goes the other way around. I just about had a panic attack. I misremembered Shuzen's passive. Increases the wearer's speed by 5 for each enemy under an active crowd control placed by the wearer. But wait, he doesn't place crowd control. So never mind. We're good. Unburden. Unburden. Oh, Nelly. Oh, goodness. Okay, so now we got to look. That sucker can get 2 of those. So that means that Razzlevarg could get an extra 12 speed if all the arena team was dead. Didn't add that kind of stuff because then you can add the mastery that does it too. Oh, that's true. That's true. How much does that one? Is that like up to? Is that up to 18? When you kill and one when your teammates die. So that's another. Shoot. Oh, another 20. Oh wait, no, 18. No, no, 24. 24 plus. Wait, what? There's one that increases. Oh yeah, 24 plus 18. 42. Another 42. We did it. We did it. Razovarg is capable of achieving 1018 speed. He would have to. His multipliers are based on speed. So not only is he literally the raid embodiment of a bullet train, he's gonna hit like one. Um, all 6-star mythical pieces with quad mythical speed rolls. No, any other kind of boot with a speed ascension with the quad mythical speed roll. Yeah, that gives him really good crit damage too. And his multipliers are based on speed. He's like the cat, attack and speed. How hard would he hit for? Uh, so he just needs to be crit capped. His attack wouldn't be bad. I know, because these are all substats that we were talking about. So he could still be wearing attack percentage, boot, chest, and crit damage gauntlets. Well, no, it would have to be crit rate gauntlets. Because if all your substat rolls are going into speed, then you're not going to have enough crit rate. No ignore defense, though. You can still get Helm Smasher. No, not unless Cat's Gaze is one that has speed in it. Yeah, no. So no, not a Cat's Gaze. But of the ones that have that speed stat, what do we have access to? We have, dude, we could stay above. No, we couldn't. No, we couldn't. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Okay, yeah, no, the Hallowed Hilt is still the best one.
What is?
Hallowed Hilt.
Does it have speed main?
Yeah, the first stat, 24. Oh my gosh. Now I got to look up Razzlevarg's multipliers. That was indeed the elusive wild Felrus in his natural habitat. Huh? No, either somebody heard you or just caught me talking to you and just asked if that was a wild Felrus that in the background.
You guys don't want to come across a color. It's too much for any more land.
Fair. Oh wow, this multiplier is weird. 1.5 plus speed divided by 100. Well, that's still. Oh my gosh, that gives him like a 12 times multiplier on his AoE.
Dude, if you had test server access for this stuff,
Oh my gosh, dude, that'd be.
just ask them for 6-star mythical speed tier.
Yeah.
With
Be
all
like, so this is oddly specific, but hear me out.
like maxed out everything. My goodness, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
The HP Frolny, nobody can kill.
Uh huh. Well, and he can do the same thing. Frolny can do the same thing because he ramps his speed up to an additional 100.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
But that's only when he kills stuff and it resets, right?
Right. Which is what some of this is um, riding on too, because of masteries and
By the
gemstones.
end of the round, he can get to.
Yes.
However much. Oh man.
Yeah. That would be the highest multiplier. Yep. He'd have two 12-time multipliers on an AoE. And then right around a 12 for his. All of his multipliers would be right around a 12. Exactly. It would take some time and it would only work in arena. But still. But that still means you could pull off like 3 900 speed in Hydra. Well, okay, maybe not. But you could easily pull off 800 speed in Hydra. Dude, that Razzlevarg, there's no way that Razzlevarg is not obliterating Trunda. Because at that point, if you're trying to get it to a Hydra team, then you're able to throw Wild King in there with the two allies to give it an additional 25% speed and attack. You ever hit for 200 million? No, I ain't ever hit for 200 million, but I bet that Razzlevarg would. Yeah. Dude, that's nuts. I got to save that 1018.6. Right. We broke the game. Exactly. Well, again, if you're doing that thing with Wild King, he has a turn meter boost. That will also increase that Razzlevarg's damage. And yeah, his A1 has turn meter increase. We just made a Razzlevarg that can beat Trunda. There's no way that he wouldn't. He's running at a like 800 speed with absurd amounts of. You can still get really good attack. You can have Wild King in there that is giving him another 25% attack, as well as able to take him to 50% HP, which increases his damage by 30%.
He's HP based?
No. But Wild King's passive increases allies' damage dealt by 30% when they're at or below 50% HP. Yeah, we made the Energizer Bunny. Good gracious. That's
He got hit by an electric shock of speed gear from Dragon.
something like that. How have we killed 3 difficulties of Chimera and yet we are in 5th place? All right, you've done at least one of them. You have. Also, I found out why Peyton left.
Why?
He has somebody else running his account during a busy time during work, and he said he'll be out for about a month. And that person just pulled it out of the clan immediately to put it into a clan that does Ultra Nightmare Chimera. Yeah. Energizer Bunny.
Tell them to put it back in there.
Energizer Bunny Hydra comp video coming up. Feral protection. And that guy with poisons that boost damage. No. There's only so much of that you can do um in Hydra. You can't do any of the crazy stuff like Gerp Tuck. You might be able to squeeze a Feral in there.
Feral?
Right. Fair. Um At that point, it really depends on who you're using for your aura. If you're not using Odin, because you're in Hydra now. So you would want something like Arbice, who has a ton of buffs for min-maxing it holistically, yes.
But that only applies to voids.
Guys, we're officially idiots. Odin's aura won't work on Razzlevarg because Razzlevarg is not void.
You have to use Cardi.
Yep. Yep. We got to adjust the spreadsheet. We got to know. We got to know.
Well, at least he's not gonna be super.
So yeah, we have to. But well, okay. So yeah, for arena, it has to be Carnage. But then I think
For regular Rascal,
why Lazarius?
speed in all battles.
So's Arbice.
Okay. That is that.
And Arbice will have more buffs, which will be better for a protection set to boost his damage in Hydra.
World's strongest
100% theory crafted.
Dude, test server access for this would be insane.
Yeah.
Dude, you should.
If I could literally just write an email, be like, Plarium, I need X, Y, and Z. Let's break your game.
Yeah. Dude, imagine because we have contact to Clarium through Game Leap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if they actually did that and just stuck the gear on our account.
That'd be insane.
So what would you need? You would need every single piece to have crit rate, substat, a mythical speed roll, and an attack substat, as well as a crit damage. That's what you would need.
Yes.
Because if you have 6-star crit rate glove, is 80% crit rate or 60%?
I think it's 60%, but you can get another 20% from but you don't need that.
So
You would it would be better to have
actually you don't need a crit rate substat at all.
Yeah, you do.
No, 60%, 20%. It comes with 15% crit rate and then mastery.
Huh?
60% plus 20% from Ascensions, right? 80%, right?
But it would be better at that point because you're getting some from the substats. You're gonna get like 20. No, you can't do that. So it would be it'd be. How can you run crit damage gloves if we've got all substats going into speed? You're not getting any rolls, and we're not getting any set bonuses.
Yep.
Well, that's nice. Using ascensions, you get another 20%. Okay, you're gonna do the maths. Okay. Okay. We are slowly but surely breaking the game. I know you can get 40 before. Yeah. Yeah, we're changed aura 631. So the aura actually didn't do that much. So it's still 731. Oh, that means it's only going down. It's only going down 11 speed. So he's still over 1,000. So there you go. Even with um now can you humor me and do 25% so that way we can get an idea of what his speed would be um outside of arena? I'm gonna try to make this the last time I ask. Okay, so it went down to 1007. 1007 in arena. And then it went down. Okay, so we do go below. We do go below 1,000. So we go down another 12. So we're at 995. Yeah. 995 point whatever in Hydra. That is not nearly as bad as I was expecting. Oh my gosh, we can have a Razzlevarg. Yeah, exactly. Trash. Feed him. We can literally have a Razzlevarg that is just shy of 1,000 speed in Hydra. Actually, because we can get that. Dude, then we get 25% extra speed because of Wild King. Oh my gosh. Guys, we just made him faster than he was in the arena. He's faster in Hydra than he could be with Carnage in the arena. It's possible to get him to 1243 in Hydra. I'm going to go throw this in the sink real quick. Yeah, exactly. This has Felrus written all over it. Max Speed Cat is not going to be nearly as impressive. Like, at all. Not even close. Is there any increased turn meter passive that could affect Razzlevarg? Well, I mean, he's got it on his A1. So there's that already. But, I mean, it really depends on the comp that we build around him. What we need, what we have locked in so far is um Arbice, Razzlevarg, Wild King, and 2 orcs. We need that. But we've still got to figure out who those 2 orcs are and um and who the sixth member would be. We can do, oh my gosh, we can do a lot. We got 3 champions that we can do, and only 2 of them are racially locked. Holy cow. Man, think about that. I tell you what, whoever came up with the question to ask what the possible fastest champ is, thank you. This has been so much fun. You did this a while back before hard mode faction wars. Couldn't find your old spreadsheet though. Dang. That sucks. It was right after blessings were out. Oh dang. It was also before protection accessories existed. Ah, which means that would have been before pinpoint too. Gotcha. Yeah. Now I love theory crafting. I would spend hours a day theory crafting optimal builds in World of Warcraft on the talent trees before I ever started playing raid or anything. I love theory crafting. Absolutely love it. And it's been so much more fun because I've actually had somebody to do it with. Yeah, so think about that. So assuming you didn't mess anything up, the game has doubled doubled its potential stats. For orcs, take Kreela to give out increased crit rate. Yeah, he'll outrun any buffs, except for the ones that he brings himself. What do you mean not doubled? How not doubled? We're currently sitting at 200 or 1243. Okay. Oh, entering the fight. Entering the fight. Okay. Okay. Well, then, yeah, in that case, then no, it hasn't. it's but still it's gone up like quite a bit, almost 20%. Dang it. He died again. No, 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 Podrick, no dying. No dying. No dying. Please. Crap. Would probably take Supreme Galect to make the Hydra's head slower and block buffs. What the? Well, heck no, I'm not keeping that. That was garbage. Okay. We could take Raka because Raka is or she has the turn meter passive. So that's one of the ones we could take. Supreme Galek. Decrease speed, block buffs, HP burn. Um, Let me see here. Could do Shayak because Shayak has the block buffs and he does the turn meter fill. He also increases damage. Now I'm curious. What buffs does Arbise bring? Arbise has Revive on Death, increase attack. He's going to be providing his own increased accuracy. Ashnar. Yes, I support this decision. I very much so support this decision. Yep. Two sources of turn meter fill. Oh, baby. This is gorgeous. So if you did Ashnar and Raka, well, no, Ashnar and Shayak, because that's probably going to be the most turn meter fill you can get out of orcs. See, who else could you get? Is Firo going to be the one you want? If an ally is under 4 or more buffs. No, he's got block buffs, so you wouldn't want Shayak if you've got. Wait, what about Glycad? Nah, it's only 10% damage. He would outrun the block. Uh, huh? Oh, outrun the buffs. Yeah, the problem is if you're relying on those kinds of passives, like you said, he's going to outrun any buffs. So yeah, in that case, you could go Bodel in 9-piece Feral for the non-orc, because then you're getting 20% Androck. Androck isn't going to increase damage, but he will increase turn meter. Occurs once per skill. Uh, yeah, you could do Androck in 9-piece protection because he's got 4 buffs. So even though he'll be, Razzlevarg will be outrunning those buffs, they will still be there every once in a while. And none of these buffs are buffs that Razzlevarg has in his kit. If Razzlevarg hits, that will increase turn meter. Yes. So basically, Razzlevarg's A1 would turn into a 20% turn meter fill for himself. And then he would get 5% turn meter on each of these skills. Okay, so Ashnar, Ashnar, Packmaster. So let's see. Then what would you run? Packmaster in 9-piece Feral as well, because he's going to be bringing Hex, block buffs, and the occasional drop defense. Really? Huh. Well, that's awesome, Armenian. So let's see. If we were running, it's probably the most fun you've had with a champion. Dang. Okay. Okay. So then you could go 9-piece Feral on. Wait a minute. 9-piece Feral on Ashnar. Let me read. Block damage, don't care. OUCC, don't care. High resist, don't care. Dang. Okay, so allies deal 5% more damage for each debuff placed by the wearer. It doesn't have to be on an enemy for it to trigger. So that means that Ashnar is going to boost ally damage by 70%. It have to be on the target, but it just said placed by the wearer. All right. Well, even if that's the case, he's still placing 8 debuffs. So that's still 40% extra damage. Okay. All right. I trust you. So that's still 40% extra damage. Or is it? No, it's going to be 10% extra damage because it's going to count it for each individual head. Okay. So that'll be 10% plus Packmaster's 10%. Potentially 15. They're better debuffers? Oh, that's where Supreme Galette can come in. I mean, it's conditional though. No, because that's still only 3. And that's HP burn. So that won't work either. Hmm. Well, all right then. So he can get another 25% extra damage from feral sets from the 2 orcs, plus 20% from Androck. So we could get another 45% extra damage plus the turn meter fill. Gosh. Yeah, there's no way that Razzlevarg is not beating Trunda. There's just no way. Not with that much turn meter. How late am I going? I'm going until Felrus is ready to do his. Well, no, he already did his stream tonight. So I'm going till around 8. Wish we had a whale account to build this out and test. Right? Dude. Oh my gosh. That would be so insane. There isn't an account with this yet. Yeah, that's true because you'd have to have the legendary glyphs. But man, think about that. A 1243 speed Razzlevarg. Yeah, the test server would be better. Just like a playground test server, that would be beyond fun. Like a sandbox type thing. Yeah, because Felrus and I come up with ideas like this all the stinking time. And we just can't do anything with them. Oh, wait, but I forgot Arbice's buffs. So we got 45% from Ashnar, Shayak, and Androck plus 5, 10. Another 10% from Arbice. So 50, so 55% extra damage just from the sets. So we've got, so for this team we had Arbice. I'm saving this on a note because if I ever do a collab, I'm telling them about this. We got Arbice, Androck, Razzlevarg, Ashnar, and this is obviously super free to play. This is super super friendly. Um, Packmaster, and I'm forgetting someone. Who am I forgetting? Wild King. Exactly. Shh. Honestly, if you wanted to get really cheeky, you could you could run Wild King in 9-piece protection as well and just turn off this A3. No, you wouldn't want to turn off the A3. Um for this A2 because he could put the shield up. Could put the shield up and give another 5%. Oh, 5% on top of the 30%. Oh my gosh, we are almost doing double damage by the time all these passives are calculated. Not to mention the stupid amounts of turn meter that this team is generating. The only thing that would be better is if we could have somehow gotten um an ally attack into this team. Well, actually, if we were willing to drop Shax, if we were willing to drop Shayak, now yes, we lose out on block buffs and hacks, so that would hurt the performance overall in Hydra because of the whatnot. But yeah, if we dropped Packmaster for Kreela, could still do the 9-piece protection because she's got a shield and the increased crit rate. She and Arbice will be fighting over the increased attack. So you'd still be getting another 10%. So you're only losing 5% damage from Shayak's Feral. But you're gaining the ally attack, generating all that extra turn meter off of Androck. I honestly think that this team would deal so much damage, you don't even have to think about doing the Hydra rolls properly. The only thing stopping it would be Serpent's Will and Head of Torment. That's insane. So yeah, we'll pull out Packmaster for Kreela. Right. And you get buff extension from Androck, I believe. So Razelvarg will even be better at keeping up with. Will do an even better job at keeping up with the buffs. Yeah, dude. We figured out that Razelvarg is the has the potential to be the fastest champion in the game outside of arena. He can actually be faster outside of arena than he is inside. Outside of arena, Razelvarg has the. Now, granted, there's going to be a little bit of margin of error here in case we missed something. But we are looking at 1243, 1,243 speed in Hydra. Yeah, yeah. It's absolutely nuts. Inside arena, it actually goes down to 1,000, 1,007 inside arena. Oh no, what'd you think of? Why is it less? Oh, true. True. Okay, so we can take off. He's still going to be over 1,200. If we take out the masteries, if we take out the masteries, he's going to be looking at losing losing 24, 42, 42, 54 speed. So we're taking out 54 speed. Okay. Still though, 54 speed still leaves him at 1199. So basically we put him we did all the gear and whatnot. We did the or we put him with Arbice's aura. Um we gave him increased speed and Pac or Argos Wild King. Each time an ally or enemy dies, increases their stats, including their speed, by 25%. Or up to 25%. No, it's not. And so then we started thinking, okay, so if it's strongest in Hydra, what is a Hydra team that we can build around? And we built a Hydra team that is utterly insane. So I don't know if you heard, but the people on this team are going to be. Why won't it work in Hydra? But the allies can. And it doesn't go away after they're revived. But wait, there's no reviver on this team. Yes, there is. Arbice. So no, it still works. It still works. No, Shayak doesn't revive. Yeah, Arbice. So yeah, we've got on this team. If your allies are dying, I think you have other problems. But see, Wild King can hit his allies to drop their HP. It gets harder to kill them, yes, but it is still possible. So we've got Arbice on this team. This is not free to play friendly because we are we we have three mythicals on the team. Though we've got Arbice. Exactly, exactly. So basically, what you can do is you can just not use um Razzlevarg's A2 or Androx A2, and then you literally just have to out damage. Well, it will be hard. It will be hard. I won't lie. It'll be hard, but it is possible. Um, so we've got Arbice, Androck, Razzlevarg. Then we've got Ashnar, Kreela, and Wild King. That Hydra team, there is no way that if that actually works like it does in theory, there is no way that that team is losing to a Trunda team. If this team works as intended, this team beats Trunda teams. Kreela will be better than Shayak for one singular reason: ally attack. You can't put Trunda in this team. Raz won't have damage. On the contrary, Razzlevarg's multipliers Razzlevarg's multipliers are based on his speed and his attack. He's got good base uh he's got good base attack. And his multipliers stack with speed. His multiplier exactly. And you so yeah, we can do that math right now. We've got him running at 9 1199 speed. So that makes it okay, so we're going based on 11.99. So 0.45 times 11.99 times 3. Razzlevarg's A1's multiplier is a 16. Okay, Armenian. Talk to you later. Thanks for all the help. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Second best damage dealer for Hydra is literally Hex for Trunda. Don't know if you can out damage Trunda. An A1 with a 16 multiplier? Really? Oh, okay. And then the A2 is going to be, well, and the A3. Right, the splash damage, right? Is A2 and A3 are going to have multipliers of 17.985. And those two are AoEs. Come on, with because then we can also add on 9-piece protection and feral. So we could do, if you can make it work, bet you can get pretty crazy team. Yeah, because no ignore defense. Well, you can still get Helm Smasher, and you get the 20% from area bonuses, so you're still ignoring 45% defense. 6 multiplier and splash damage is zero point 0.6. That's an individual, right? Right. Right, but how fast are those Trundas really going? I mean, how many turns is this Razzlevarg taking between anybody in those teams? Exactly. Right, but if all those turns are coming from the damage dealer and not just the people setting up the damage dealer, then that's going to be even better. And you can even throw in somebody in a cursed set instead of like either Kreela or Wild King could be in cursed sets. Wild King would actually be better because he's going to be getting the instant A2 activation or the A3 activations. So you could throw Wild King in a cursed set, so you're still getting the hex damage. If you calculate the same theory for a Trunda team, but a Trunda team doesn't work anywhere close to the same way. They added the block damage. Yeah, it has to be Razzlevarg. Added the block damage, so going super fast and hitting hard isn't max damage. Right. But yeah, at the end of the day, the fastest champ you can possibly make, to whoever answered that question, the fastest champ you can possibly make is a Razzlevarg at 11.99. Okay. Well, now that my brain is utterly fried, uh, this is a Chimera stream, so I need to do Chimera. Maybe, maybe it's all speculation. It's all speculation. Nobody can prove it. Nobody will ever be able to prove it. Yep, I agree. It was interesting to say the least to try to put that together. Oh goodness. Padraig was slept on. Yeah, buddy. I agree. He's great, and I have 3 of them. I've only got 2 of them built, but I have them. I don't know that he's necessarily slept on. He is considered one of the greatest supports out there for multiple areas of content. Mostly Hydra though. But I agree that he's incredibly good. Mm. And I really enjoy having him. One of these days I'll be able to empower, um, but that won't be for a while. Padraig is your fastest champ at 400. Dang, that's awesome. That's awesome. Man, after today's stream, 400 speed doesn't sound like very much anymore. Um, actually, do believe. Well, we'll never get to find out. So sure, for sake of argument, we'll say that Trunda remains at the top. There you go. Oh, Ninja. Why you gotta be so squishy? Uh, well, hey, here's hoping um that we get a new Void Legendary this weekend. I heard that it's 2x Voids, and I got 5 of them. Hopefully, we get a mythical too, because I'm going to be opening my first Remnant summon. Got 2 Prism Crystals. Built built the Ninja. Why did I build him so squishy? Because I wanted him to hit hard. He's a nuker. That's what he's supposed to do. And when he's not getting his damage reflected back at him, he does okay. Because Raka does a very good job at keeping him alive. But the reflect damage from the ram form just obliterates him. And then the ultimate form does damage based on the amount of uh, buffs that he removes when he first changes. So it's just like an instant nuke. But outside of those 2 instances, well, yeah, it really depends. But no, the ninja is built the way he is because he's built in 6-piece merciless. So that way he can do a bunch of damage. Not pulling voids on 2x, waiting on guaranteed. That's fair. But where my account's at, I need as many as I can possibly get my hands on. Right. Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that go. I'm just gonna let the whole damage thing go. The whole point wasn't about damage anyway. It was just about the speed. Doesn't matter if who does what how much damage because nobody's ever going to be able to do it anyway. So it's not worth worrying about. Considering you went to Mercy for every Void Lego so far, 2x can buzz off. I mean, yeah, I can see that argument. I guess. I agree, Bart. I agree. Just got done with dinner. Won't be able to do what? We theory crafted a Hydra team that um uses the world's fastest champ possible. Thanks, Dargo. Yeah. Who does more damage to us or Trunda? Trunda in Hydra. Trunda is literally the top damage dealer in the world for Hydra. Average void legendary for every 88 void shards. Dang. But yeah, Dargo, we theory crafted a really cool um Hydra team around Razzlevarg, who is uh, the fastest champion possible in Raid Shadow Legends. which is pretty standard rates. Nice. Only reason is her damage spread gets another multiplier. Right. And it can't be a weak hit, right? I don't understand why Plarium would be happy about that. I really don't. Plarium doesn't understand their own game. I agree. I think they're completely out of touch with the game. Hopefully, they just do a full rework of Hydra and add Ultra Nightmare to it. Yeah, I could see that being something that a lot of people would really want. I'd like to be able to beat current Hydra first, personally. Oh. Unless they somehow rework it to punish higher end teams and make it more accessible to progression, it doesn't really matter. By their words, Hydra is still meant to be the hardest clan boss. Not if you got Trunda. But I mean, are any of them hard at this point? I think everybody's got something crazy for all the clan bosses. Like there's teams for all of them. Go back to their original Hydra roadmap. Huh. Yeah, see that move right there. But luckily Raka had her revive ready to go on that one. For Trunda, the second hit is a normal hit, 60% of the damage on the first hit. But that second hit gets a boost by all the multipliers again. Yeah, that's. I know. Yeah, it's always a normal hit. So yeah, it's ridiculous. But she doesn't need a nerf. The problem is power creep. Nothing is hard unless they restrict you. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, heck, the entirety of this stream so far has just been basically a discussion about power creep. Which I mean, I get it. It's hard to make something interesting without making it more difficult, and it's hard to make something more difficult without adding something to increase the power. Never got to phase 3 in the roadmap? Huh. That sucks. Well, if we still haven't, then I doubt we ever will. Don't know if the link I sent worked. If you sent it in the chat, it did not. Yeah, no. Um Yeah, I didn't get it. I don't mind quick battles personally because I don't want to sit there and waste an hour of my life, 3 hours of my life every week trying to get Hydra done. So I don't mind the quick battles. My problem with Hydra is that it's so specific. Phase 3 was meant to be a new Hydra head and difficulty with improved rewards. Phase 4 global slash clan leaderboards, avatar rewards. Phase 5 new Hydra head and new difficulty with improved rewards. Huh. That's so weird. I don't think we needed more Hydra heads. I think we've got enough as it is. So we were meant to get two more heads, two more difficulty levels. Ah, personally, I don't need more Hydra heads. It's it's so hard to get everything you need in a Hydra team already that um yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. I do, however, think that Hydra would be much more fun, even though the clashes would be so much harder. I think it would be so much more fun if they just took away Serpent's Will. If that was all they did, I think that Hydra would be so much better. And again, yeah, I know that's going to cause issues with like the Trunda teams and all the craziness like that. But Serpent's Will is just takes a lot of the fun out of it. I mean, like we were just talking with the Razzlevarg team. That really shoots it in the foot. Hydra Clash is going to be impossible regardless because Trunda teams are just that good. It's literally just going to be the clans that have uh eventually it's going to get to a point where somebody's got three Trunda teams. And then if the game lasts long enough, it's going to get to the point where there are going to be just be 90 Trunda keys going into the clash, and it's just going to be left up to RNG as to who wins the clash, who got the best RNG in their runs. So make it fun for everybody else. If eventually it's really just going to come down to Trunda team versus Trunda team, at least make it fun for everybody else. That's my thoughts. I don't really like the clashes in general. I don't like that you have to fight amongst other clans for it. I think they should just leave it as um now they could have within the clan rewards for the top performers. I think that would be good. But I think this clan versus clan clash system is just bogus. because it's just whale versus whale. I think there should be a set amount, like the little clash rewards at the bottom. There should just be a set amount that you can work through over time, and um, maybe throw in some rewards for personal stuff. Don't be suggesting to get rid of Clash. It's the only place to get mythical books. I'm not saying that to change the rewards. I'm just saying to change the way you get the exact same rewards. So yeah, I'm not suggesting to change what you get out of it. I'm just suggesting to change what you get, how you get it. That's all I'm saying, Icky. I think Clash should be within the clans. I don't think it should be against other clans. Save that for CVC. Save that for Siege. No, I like the rewards. Do I think the rewards could be a little better? Sure. They can always be a little bit better, especially because we're competing over so much power creep. But as long as you get mythical books, you don't care. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think a lot of people. I have a lot of hot takes, don't get me wrong. But I think the community is far more unified on their positions than most people would care to believe. I think the rewards should stay, but like if you hit a certain amount of points, get rewards for the amount you get. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like take the clash chests, they have different levels. Do the same thing. It's just based on your personal performance, not if you win the clash. You win the clash by being the top within your own clan. Because at that point, what you can also do is if you get to a point where everybody's got all those crazy Trunda teams, you can literally start getting into a cycle. Say, okay, so and so got the rewards this week. So now we can say that guy can't put in all three keys. So that way, so and so has a chance to step up and right on down the line. It'd be much easier to actually coordinate rewards um, if it was just within the clan. Exactly. Teammate did 6.6. Yep, that's crazy. That's a trend to team for you. But yeah, if you literally just made it where you were fighting against your clan mates for the top rewards instead of um instead of other clans, then it actually becomes a lot more fun because you can actually coordinate to where everybody gets really good rewards. Does that require a little bit of extra work? Yes, but it is actually a guarantee at that point that everybody gets fair treatment as long as you're in a good clan. And fair treatment makes the game more fun. Then you just rotate who gets the rewards from week to week. Right, but that's better than the whole clan missing out. If you hit a set total clan damage, everyone gets rewards, I think would be better. Yes, but then you're not incentivizing to excel. You're then it becomes just then it just becomes Demon Lord with a different skill set. Then it's just, oh, just make sure you kill it. Um there's no incentive to improve. If you still make it to where there are levels, then people will still have a reason to improve their setups. So that way you still have incentive. That's why I said it the way I did. Just give everyone in the clan rewards for hitting benchmarks. Right. I'm saying to keep that part because that already exists. That already exists. But you could do within each clan like the live arena or the like the tournament leaderboards. You can do a little extra something. Neither is your suggestion because you are just choosing who gets rewards each week. So it doesn't matter who does what. Uh, Iron Wolf, you just threatened Icky's books. That's not going to go well. So it doesn't matter who does what. No, it still does. It just requires coordination. It's not a gamble. You can still hit all of the personal rewards, but then the leaderboard rewards could get divvied out fairly to whoever can perform the best. I told you. He he just went on a rant about his books. It's just like Siege. Everybody benefits from Siege, but you still have to be very coordinated with how you do it. Siege is convoluted, but I think the way they did the reward system for Siege is actually very solid. And in a situation like that, a clan would just rotate rewards from week to week, so there's literally no reason for anyone in the clan to push any further than 1.2 billion. In theory, it would depend on how it was implemented. Because you could also make the rewards based on a personal on the score itself. The only thing about Siege don't like is when both clans get beat Stronghold, nobody wins. Should be both win. I think there should be contingency rewards for a draw, but I don't think they should get the rewards for a victory. Because then you're just giving out participation awards. Exactly. Nobody would take it serious. Then you would just have the best players in the clan getting the top rewards every week because they could just maximize the amount of rewards. Then it's no different to Clash. No, because that's where the coordination comes in. You would figure out, okay, what is each clan member capable of? And then if everyone is at a point where they can get those, let's say it's the 1.2 billion. If everyone can get that 1.2, then the rest of the clan gets as close to 1.2 as they can. So that way, somebody, whoever it is that's up for that week, can go all out to maximize the rewards. That's a scary thing right there. Raka, get everybody back up ASAP, please. Thank you. Not that it matters because Ninja still died. Oh well. I got a little bit of extra damage that way. All right. Well, I'll take that. That's right around 300 million. It's good enough for me. Depending on player power on teams and such, if you get rewards for setting up good defenses, better. 2.5 billion clash points. Yeah. So then you would sit there and look, okay, so if everybody's maxing out those rewards, then you do, and it would have to be like a spreadsheet type thing where you're like, okay, so and so is up for rewards this week. We get as close as we can. Yeah, but someone's all out could be 2 billion and only get say 50% of the supposed max rewards or whatever, whereas the account could get 100% of the rewards each week. It would make more sense to get max. I see both sides. I see both sides of that coin. Yeah, there. I think there's an argument for both sides of that. Um, if you just make it that easy to get the rewards, and there's no competition whatsoever, then that content will die, like Demon Lord, because you're just throwing away rewards for the clan, so some weaker account could get a win. But that's what the game needs right now. The game needs for the lower accounts to get a boost, so that way they can keep up. Otherwise, it's always just going to be whoever at the top. I think Clash is fine. If you're up against insane Trumba teams, your clan probably has insane Trunda teams anyway. But I know that's not true. Even Hell Hades talks about how it'll just be one Hydra key that does as much damage as the entire clan. Should never be in competition with your own clan for rewards. Just leads to toxicity. There is potential for toxicity in any situation, anywhere in life. Even in the current setup, the entire clan could get screwed over by somebody who wants to be petty and just not put in their keys and cost everyone the clash rewards. Hell Hades is far more in touch with the game than the vast majority of players. Does that mean that he is completely on top of it? Not necessarily. Not saying that. But it's his job. Yes, he's distracted by Fateless and Godforge or whatever, but he's still on top of it far more so than Plarium is, and it's their own game. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. Not trying to make it perfect, just trying to make it more fair so that way everyone gets a chance to enjoy the game. There's always going to be opportunities for toxicity. There's always going to be opportunities for issues. But yeah, it's really not his job anymore. Still makes videos because it earns easy money. Super low effort compared to what he was doing. Yeah, exactly. Sounds like a job to me. Believe there shouldn't be competition between people. Just set up high reward goals for player to reach as a clan. Put in low effort. Plarium is one of the most incompetent game developers ever. If you play Raid, you know more than them. Yeah, kinda. Uh, no, there has to be competition, otherwise you never grow. If there is no competition, then human beings will grow complacent. That's just our nature, which is completely fine. Get the easy money, but his attention these days are where it needs to be. You say easy money, but being a content creator is no different than any other job. I've worked the 9 to 5s. I've worked. I this is my full time job now. It's there. Yeah, easy money is a farce. Can push towards getting higher rewards, like for example, climbing tiers with higher points, like they have in Arena. That works up to a certain point, but eventually you have to set the cap so high that you will end up running into the same problem. That is a good system. That is a good system. But eventually you will run into the same problem. It's easy for him these days because he built that over the years. It's very little effort for him to record a video and get what 40K views or so, whatever he's getting. They can increase in ad tiers. If they increase in ad tiers, then you are introducing a new level of power creep because those at the bottom are still going to really struggle or they still won't be able to keep up with the players that have deep wallets. So it only works to a certain point. I agree that that's the easy way to address that problem, but it doesn't necessarily fix anything. It just yeah, the only competition at that point is yourself. Right, but that like obviously he put an insane amount of effort into content creation. That's why you can easily notice these days how much lower quality it is compared to what he was doing. See, I don't see the reduction in quality. Game right now has already come to a point you can't keep up with Krakens. Right. I'm not saying we have to keep up with them, but what I want to what I am trying to suggest is a way to bridge the gap a little. I want to make the game right. You're not supposed to keep up with Krakens, right? I get that. But the game needs to get to a point where new players coming in have a reason to play. Even like me with like clashes and live arena, I'm like, what's the point? Relatively new to this, probably weren't even around. I have no idea. Probably not. I didn't start watching raid content creators until the winter of 23. Um, but how can you do that when Krakens have +4 6-star awakened mythicals and do new legendary glyphs? Right. You do that one of two ways. You either cap the rewards or you cap the amount of effort required to get them. That's the only way to actually do it. The problem with that is then you kill the incentive to dump money into the game, which I think, considering some of the spending habits of these some of these individuals, that's fine. They could use with a reason to slow down, but you're still going to have like the Pokemon mindset players who are just hunting champions. So it's not like you're going to be completely losing money, but the way you help keep up with Krakens is by limiting the potential for rewards, or limiting the potential rewards, or limiting the amount of effort it takes to get them. Those are the only two ways. Did you see the new Banner Lord mythical I posted in Discord yesterday? Yeah, I'm super excited to see what that's all about. Not that I'm gonna get it, but I think that that's gonna be cool. I look forward to seeing how that ends up looking. No, the new when I see that new champions have come out and that balance patches have come out, those are the two moments when I am most excited. That and when fusions are released. That is when I am most excited about the game. It's weird that it wasn't enabled with this patch. Fair, but they just released a mythical this patch, so I wouldn't expect them to release two in the same one. Reducing rewards puts people more behind. The Krakens just spend the difference. Yeah, I'm thinking about it from strictly an in-game perspective. I'm not thinking about as far as like actually shop offers are concerned. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, man? Good to see you. And when a champion isn't released with the rest of them, it's usually because they will be enabled prior to the next major patch. Well, who knows? Maybe we're looking at our first mythical fusion. Just play the game for fun. Don't like the competition. Prefer it to be team play to achieve things over fighting to get rewards. So has the potential to be a login promo. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I hope it's not a mythical fusion and I just blew all my resources to get this stupid immovable dude. Uh and that's fine, Bart. That's fine. That there are those kinds of players who literally are just looking to have fun. And I respect that. I respect that a lot. Um there are times where I wish that was my mindset. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. I'm glad you're doing I'm glad you're doing good. Um the competition is what makes things fun for a lot of people. Uh I mean that's the difference between like professional sports or even amateur sports versus just like backyard football. Like the difference between the NFL and like backyard football is the difference between those two mindsets. There are the people who just want to have fun and are totally chill about it. And then there are the people who want to win. That's just the two different mindsets in humans. Do you like competition if it's fair competition? When money becomes involved, there is no longer fair competition. Competition is great, but if you aren't endgame, then you shouldn't expect to close the gap. Limiting rewards correlate down overall. Right, and that yeah, that's why I realized after I think Bart said something about um, spending, I realized that that wasn't going to work as long as money was involved. So yeah, as long as the shop offers are as crazy as they are, that's actually how you bridge the gap. You make the shop offers and spending money on the game worse. You devalue the dollar in Raid Shadow Legends. That's how you bridge the gap. As an Australian, I still believe NFL is scripted like wrestling. It's so hard to take it seriously. I can tell you right now, that is not scripted as far as like actually playing the game. Now, who wins and who doesn't, that might be at this point. I've started to wonder that over recent years. But as far as like the actual play, also believe money is the key to this competition. Yeah. If a game doesn't make me angry a little sometimes, I don't really want to play it that much. Right. Because that frustration is what inspires you to improve. But the spenders are why free to play or low spend people get what we do. Huh? I'm confused. Spenders pay plarium salaries. Oh, well, yeah, I get that. I get that. So at that point, what that actually does, if you do choose to do the devaluing of the dollar route, um, it causes the game to slow down and focus on quality. And that actually improves the longevity of the game. Don't care if we lose Clash. Just hope we get a better matchup next week. It's not a big deal to me. Look at Arc. They stopped putting out paid DLC and then get screwed because they don't have any money to make number two. Right. It's a balance. I'm not saying that it's easy to achieve. I'm just saying based depending on what you want to achieve, it is possible. There just have to be sacrifices made at some point. So it literally just comes down to what is it you want most out of the situation. If you want fairness, then you have to devalue the dollar. If you're worried about the game's economy, then you have to put up with Krakens. Spent on games before for something that is permanent and helpful, but it seems Raid is a never ending money pit if you're willing to spend. Exactly. And that's because their pricing model has put the game to a point where it's basically a rocket sled on rails. With the amount of stuff that they release, realistically, if they cut that in half, if they cut the speed in half and did a fusion every other month, they would have already had enough content for the game to last 10 years to get to where it is now. So the game, because of the way that they monetize it, it's literally just speeding itself along, and eventually it's going to run itself into the dirt. That's what the power creep is causing. If they cared about uh gonna head out. All right. See you later, Hamilton. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gonna head out shortly. I'm gonna finish up this Chimera key, and then I'll probably do live arena and then call it quits. Been free to play since started raid. Love the game, but I hate that people can just buy everything to get better. That's just life. That's just life. Wonder how someone else's Chimera key is going. Whose? Wonder how whose Chimera key is going. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have no idea how his key's going. Just wish Live Arena was better. Haven't had anything close to fair for days. So you're taking a break. Tired of getting crapped on by 6-star souls on accounts twice as old as mine. That's never going to change because of what we've been talking about. Read something about buying shards for champions, and it claimed that to get every champion in the game, it would take $6 to $8 million to get them. More than that. Way more than that. You could spend, in theory, you could spend a infinite amount of money and never get every champion in the game because of how RNG works. Because there is no guarantee to get a champion. That's why progressive chances and guaranteed are so popular. Because it even just marginally increases your shot at getting who you want. So there is no guarantee. No matter how much money you spend, there is no guarantee that you will ever get what you want as far as champions are concerned or gear. No guarantees. You just have to. Are you lucky enough? Do you have Felris's luck? Now, if you have Felris's luck, then yeah, sure. $6 to $8 million, you're getting whoever you want. But if you've got my luck, $100 million, and you're probably still waiting on your fifth mythical. So while that little tidbit is a good like way to put things into perspective, it's unfortunately grossly under the bar. Man, I'm tired. I've still got to record. Oh gosh. Was that the Saf and Drock vid? Because Saf did the math wrong. To be fair, that's something that's hard to do the math on. But that might be what he's talking about. Well, from memory, he started out with the fundamental flaw of one mythical per 200 shards or something like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the way the content creators talk about shard luck, like when they say stuff like, "Oh, if all of you are pulling sacreds, then you have a 6% chance, so that means 6 out of every 100 of us are getting this guy." I'm like, that is not what that means. It means each and every one of us has a 6% chance per shard. Or they'll say, like, if you pull 100 shards, then you're going to get 6. I'm like, no, that's not how the maths. It all depends how lucky you are in a gotcha game in the end. Exactly. I mean, if you pull 100 sacreds at a 6% chance, the math does math to 6 Legos. Doesn't mean it's what you get in reality, but that's not the math's fault. No, 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 no. That would be the statistical average. But that's not how the math actually works because it's calculated per shard. So if I pull 6 sacreds, or if I pull 100 sacreds, saying that I have to get you would be saying that I would have to get 6 Legos.
without mercy.
We're not even talking about mercy. You just if that was how the math worked, then every 100 shards I would get 6 Legos. But that's just not how the maths. That's why the mercy system exists, because otherwise there would never be a guarantee, no matter how many shards you pulled, that you would get anything. That's why remnant summons suck. That's why soul stones aren't very good. That's just not how math's math. Whenever this key gets done, and then I have to record a video. Ah. Uh, yeah, but over a large enough sample size, you will get to it. The sample size does not change how the maths. It's still per shard. Math calculates statistical average, doesn't mean it's what you actually get. Right, so don't say that if 100 of us pulled, 6 of us got it. Just don't say that. Because it's not true. You're talking about wishful averages and stating them as fact. If I got 100 people that played Raid together, there is a good chance that none of them got what they were after. Oh, that's not. I'm dropping it because I'm tired of arguing with you.
Who is it?
Who do you think? You're talking way too low numbers. No, I'm talking about the numbers that other people spout out. I'm not using my own figures. I'm talking about figures that have been used by other content creators. Nub, during a recent summon pool, said that for every 100 of us that pulled in a summon pool, that six of us got the headline champ or something along those lines. So I'm not the one making up those numbers. All I'm saying is that you can have your general statistical averages. That's fine. But don't say that that's how it actually adds up when it's calculated per shard. Yes, that is my problem with it. Dude, I hate it when that happens. Yeah, I get those fear locks sometimes too, and it's just irritating beyond words. So let's use flipping a coin 50 million times. How far off of 50% do you think it's going to be? I mean, it really depends on a lot of factors. But if we're just talking about raw numbers, there's going to be a massive range, but the average across the entirety of it should be 50%. Should. But again, these are averages, not realistic numbers. You could flip that coin an infinite number of times and not get it's all a variable. Right. Well, again, my problem is not talking about the statistical chances. My problem is talking about an average as though it is fact. That's why I don't talk about somebody's odds of getting somebody, because I'm not going to try to sit there and work all that out. I'm not SAF. But I'm not going to sit there and spout out an arbitrary average that may very well not be accurate. It depends on the coin, depends on how it's flipped, where it's flipped, depends on a lot of variables. I will take your word for it. All right. Reset. It's the end of my daily energy. Sure. Okay. All right. That's enough. That's enough. Well, generally speaking, when people are saying about a coin flip, they're simply stating a 50-50 chance. We aren't getting into environmental factors that may influence one side of the coin. Right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it there for stream. Um, thank y'all for coming out. I'll be back again tomorrow. 4:30 to 8. Hope to see y'all again. Feel free to check me out on Twitch from noon to 4. I'll be playing World of Warcraft. Um, love to have you guys come out over there too. Um, again, thank you so much for coming out to this stream, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Stay happy, healthy, and tanky.